whatever our imagination could think of, that was the game we played. You know, and there were, we walked to the, when Mrs. Priest was responsible for the WPA library in Dean's School, we would walk from my home near that railroad, near the trolley car, all the way to Dean's for books. About couple times a week. But,
well, in the winter that when the lake froze over, Farrington Lake, we used to skate there, and the
hill
the inmates of the
workhouse.
The workhouse used to clean the snow and put up hills on the ice, and they put kerosene lamps on top of the hills, and we'd skate in and out. It was a different. They don't do those things anymore.
No, they miss those things. I have a question, Millie. I'm curious.
What?
Above there.
That's
hanging
Susie.
Oh, yeah, George.
Siegel?
Sculpture.
Mr.
Yeah.
Siegel?
Yeah. So he does. So he used
That's
to use Susie for.
If you turn around, Dave and I, our heads are over there.
Oh, yes. Do you want to scan that
So
in?
he used to use Susie for a model. So that's the way he paid
That's
Susie.
Susie.
He made us that one of her. So Susie left it with us.
That's hers. That's
In our
really
will,
hers.
we have it that Susie has to get. Over the arguments.
Yeah,
Leave it to Susie, right?
We did a charcoal of her. There's a charcoal of my mother.
Pretty shadowy, isn't it, Butch?
Yes,
And the
I
painting
get it.
of his,
That's great. That's great. And that's your sister's,
that's Helen's, yeah.
then he's your brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is Millie's mother, and that's my mother. They both came over when they were children. My mother I think
His mother was
about-
younger, about
was
14.
15 when she came over here, and she came over. She's a little older.
Did you say Mr. Siegel is a relative?
What?
I'm sorry, I missed that. Mr. Siegel is a relative of yours?
Brother-in-law.
Your brother-in-law?
Yeah.
He was my freshman high school teacher, English.
Oh, was he?
Yes.
Where, in Jamesburg?
In Jamesburg, yeah.
He tells a story that when he was in Jamesburg, somebody came in with a gun, had a gun in his pocket, and George took it away from him. So,
That goes
Jamesburg
back-
was a rough
That goes
school.
back.
I'm sorry?
That goes back a ways.
Probably
Yeah, 1958, 59, 50, yeah.
The guns weren't that popular.
the 60s,
yeah.
starting of the 60s.
Yeah.
They
I
were-
was a senior in 61 there. I never heard the story about any guns though.
Yeah. Well, that's-
Oh, wait a minute, maybe I did. And was it happening in the auditorium?
Could have been.
I think I know. I think I know it. Excuse me.
No?
After I'll say it.
And can you get that?
I don't think so. That's gonna be too hard. Maybe after I'll stop and go over and get it. Well, I mean, I can do that.
No,
maybe.
I've
Okay. After I got back from India, I had been teaching physics teachers for 6 years in Rutgers and 3 years in India, so I wrote this book called Physics Teacher's Guide. And then later, I wrote another book
You did that?
called 101 Classroom Demonstration for Teaching High School Physics. That was back in the 60s.
Now does
When I
Susie
retired
do
in
any,
1981,
does Susie do any artwork?
computers had just
She doesn't have
begun to
time.
get into the classrooms.
She has.
And I never got too involved with computers.
Pastels.
Around
She's more in the music.
1991, about 10 years later, I get a letter from the University of Nebraska telling me that they had just gotten a grant from the National Science Foundation to reproduce some of what they call the post-Sputnik era classics and put them on CD-ROMs.
But she played the clarinet. at the high
I
school.
was so
Now that's
out of it, I didn't even know what a
George's
CD-ROM was then. So it was like Rip Van Winkle waking up. So anyway, I put, so I gave them permission and they put this book on CD. I rewrote it even, and we call it Teaching High School Physics. And it's on a CD-ROM. And then I had also made, done some demonstrations on an air table with pucks, demonstrating some physics phenomenon on 8mm movie film that, you know, that repeated itself. So they also put those on both on VCR tapes and on a disc feed on CD-ROM. So at least they're alive again.
Very good, very good.
That was a long time ago.
Okay.
In September, we will be married 57 years.
God bless you.
Yeah, I happened to, I said to her, you know, we're going to be married 56 years. I said, it's been 56 good years. So she said to me, what do you mean 56? It's 57. Well, I said 56 out of 57 isn't bad.
Very good.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's sure been an interesting afternoon, and we're very happy that you did this for us, and I'm sure that many of the people in South Brunswick will be happy too.